you were in Cowboys camp. Why are some of these contracts going to go down, or not? Are we going to be in a month from now wondering why the status quo is still status quo? What's happening?
I think with CeeDee Lamb, I would not say that it's close because there's a lot of work to be done, but it feels like that's closer than Dak, just my general feel. And I think mostly because the market is pretty well defined. Like we saw where Justin Jefferson is. He got a 4-year deal, $35 million per year, 140 total. I wouldn't be surprised if CeeDee comes in around there, maybe not above, but around there, as he should. I mean, he is a great, great player. If the Cowboys are sort of on the same page with that, and again, like there's a lot that has to go into these things, but it's not like that hard of a deal to do. The Dak one is harder. Not being able to franchise him, not being able to trade him. Not that they would, but I'm saying like that's basically just gives Dak all the leverage. It's honestly just a matter of like how much does he want, and does he, are the Cowboys going to do what's necessary to keep him there, to keep him away from free agency? Because if he's a free agent next year, he'll be the biggest free agent we've ever seen, biggest free agent in NFL history. And it's like people ask me how much money would Dak make in free agency? How high can you count?
60 million per
in free agency next year?
Yeah,
higher, more. It's always over.
So then why won't the Cowboys pay him? Like what?
I think they've made some offers. They're just not there yet. It's. These deals are hard because I think if you're a team and you have a quarterback that's highly priced with a ton of leverage, you'd like to pay not as much. And I think if you're Dak Prescott, you'd like to get a lot. So figuring out the combination between not as much and a lot has been hard. I think a deal is there to be done.
Right.
I just don't know if it's actually going to be done before they start the season. And then, once he starts the season, then it's sort of like,
yeah.
Well, that probably, if he doesn't have a deal by the season, I think it's probably a free agent next year.
So you think CeeDee's done before the season? It's your best guess.
I think there's a path toward a deal that, if everyone is pretty reasonable, I think could get done. Yeah.
Okay. And Dak is in anybody's guess. And Micah's a 2025 situation?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
And that then you'll look at like highest paid non-quarterback. Like Micah's gonna, another one who's going to get just all of the money.
Right. So we know it. You know it. The American people know it. Everyone around the league knows it. Anybody who has anything to do with the league knows it. So why, can you explain, because you've been around the Jones family for quite a bit. Why do they wait longer than most teams? Why do they let other franchises set their market for them, Ian?
Yeah, I think, what Stephen Jones has said on the record was that, he didn't really feel like these guys wanted deals. I don't think that that's true, but I do know that, going through the process of negotiating from, March to late July can be pretty brutal. I think the main thing is they know they have top-of-the-market players. Whether CeeDee Lamb is 1 or 2, he's going to be number 1 or 2 highest-paid receiver. Dak's going to be the highest-paid quarterback. It's so either you could do them, and I'm not excusing what the Joneses have done, but they are not dumb. They have, the way they built their football team is very savvy and very smart. They have really good players. That is a really, really, really good roster. And everybody lost their minds because they didn't sign any free agents. And I'm looking at the roster. I'm like, which free agents would they have signed who would have started and had an impact?
Derrick Henry
could have had some.
Derrick Henry. Who's running it?
Yes,
from? They need Zeke. They need Zeke to pop out of the kettle from 2019. You know what I mean? That would be helpful.
I get it. I get it, but yes, Derrick Henry would have been one, but I just think philosophically, paying for a running back is probably not so. That's a different story. That's a different question. But that would have been one where I think would have made sense. But they got 4 running backs, and I have no earthly idea who's going to compete besides Zeke, but my guess is one of them.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.